You know that moment around page 150 when your manuscript just dies? You just start throwing in random subplots or characters, anything to keep this story alive. 9 times out of 10, it's because your midpoint is doing the wrong job. Look, most writers treat the midpoint like just another plot point. The detective in the mystery gets a clue. The love interests in the romance finally kiss. The main character in an adventure novel gets a new sidekick. And yes, those plot points do move the story forward, but they don't transform the story. So the middle sags, readers skim, writers stall, and the book just winds up feeling like it's treading water. Try this. Instead of thinking of that midpoint as a big event that happens at the 50% mark, think of it this way. Think of it as a second inciting event. Now we know that first inciting event introduces the problem to the readers and it basically blows up the main character's world. The midpoint should do that again, but instead of introducing a problem, it should reframe the original problem. The clearest example of this, Star Wars, the I am your father moment. Up until that point, Luke Skywalker believes he's in a battle of pure evil versus pure good. He believes he needs to defeat Darth Vader because he killed his father Anakin. But the I am your father moment reframes everything. Luke realizes Darth Vader didn't kill Anakin, he is Anakin. Suddenly, this is no longer a simple good versus evil story anymore. This is a completely different story with different conflicts, different stakes, and a much deeper emotional core. That's not mere plot advancement. That is a story earthquake. So how do you create your own midpoint earthquake? I've got 4 powerful ways here to reframe your story at the midpoint. Each one of these changes not just what happens next, but what the story is actually about. Number 1, identity shift. Your main character finds out they're not who they thought they were. In our Star Wars example, Luke finds out he's not the son of Anakin, he's the son of Vader. Maybe in a sci-fi novel, your main character finds out they're the alien. Number 2, goal shift. The problem is much bigger, different, or more personal than your main character initially believed. Say your detective in your mystery novel spends the first half of the book trying to figure out who committed the murder, but at the midpoint, she realizes she's being framed. Type number 3, relationship shift. Your main character realizes the ally is actually the enemy, or the enemy has been helping the main character behind the scenes all along. Maybe in a romance, the corporate suit that the main character spent half the book hating turns out to be actually an ally who's been trying to save the family business all along. And type number 4, stakes shift. Here the consequences become far more personal or more morally complicated. Say in your fantasy novel you have a hero who is simply out to save their own village, but at the midpoint they find out that saving their village will doom all the other villages. Suddenly there is no clean, comfortable choice. Okay, so the ultimate payoff here is that when you nail this kind of midpoint, your middle stops sagging. You're no longer just piling on random complications, you're deepening what you already started. And your reader is suddenly going to get excited again about this book at the midpoint. They'll say, oh, this book is far bigger and deeper than I thought it was. I've put together an entire resource on rescuing your sagging middle. It covers this idea of turning the midpoint into a second inciting event. It also covers different types of middle sag. It includes checklists and step-by-step guides to fix a sagging middle. You can buy this resource directly from me, or you can get it for free when you subscribe to my Patreon, The Story Lab. There I offer free writing resources, craft deep dives, monthly Ask Me Anythings, and free episodic fiction that I am developing in real time, messiness and all. Links to both are in the description. Now go turn that midpoint into a story earthquake.